Bonjour tout le monde. Aujourd'hui, c'est lundi, le 4 mars. Cette semaine, what we have going on this week, il y a un nouveau mot de passe et le TPR, same TPR we've been using for the last couple weeks, but of course practicing those for our flip video. You have your quick write portfolio due this week. I'll talk about that again in a minute here, but that's something hopefully you've been working on little by little all quarter long, so since January, since we came back after winter break. Aujourd'hui dans l'histoire, il y a une discussion. There's just one discussion this week. We're going to read one last article for Le Mois de l'Histoire des Noirs that also coincides with Le Mois de l'Histoire des Femmes, not just Black History Month, but Women's History Month. So we're going to read an article about a Black woman who has made a difference in France. Her name is Aya Nakamura. You have your flip video, and then we're going to read a second chapter of Brandon Brown. You have an ed puzzle to complete with that, and then I have a quiz for you about the first and second chapters of Brandon Brown, which are the only chapters that we're able to read together in the online class because those are the only two chapters I have access to electronically. So, and then your weekly check-in for this week, and you are off the hook in terms of writing a new quick write this week because in lieu of that we have our quick write portfolio, which again I will discuss with you in just a little bit. Mot de passe aujourd'hui, TPR, just to practice those. Take a look at le weekend also to practice the question that you'll be answering in your flip video mercredi and answer on the Jamboard as well. And then the quick write portfolio. Donc, le mot de passe, j'ai une question. J'ai une question. Make sure you put that into your cahier in your mot de passe section. TPR, like I said, this is the same as we've been using for the last couple weeks. Jamboard pour le weekend. Où est-ce que tu es allé? No. Is that it? No, attendez. I think I might have said it wrong. Qu'est-ce que tu as acheté? Pardon. Où est-ce que tu es allé ce weekend? I think it was last week or maybe some other time recently. Mais qu'est-ce que tu as acheté ce weekend? Est-ce que tu as acheté des vêtements, de la nourriture, des chaussures? Est-ce que tu as acheté un livre ce weekend ou un appareil électronique, any kind of electronics? Ou je n'ai rien acheté ce weekend. Don't move myself here. Je n'ai rien acheté ce weekend is also an option. So, qu'est-ce que tu as acheté ce weekend? Okay. Et maintenant, quick write portfolio. So I've had you do these before for first quarter and second quarter. I know we don't officially have quarters. Even at the middle school level, we don't have quarters anymore officially for grading purposes. But for us in this class, this is just a way that I kind of take a 9-week period and take a look at quick writes within that period. So I've been asking you to do a quick write every week, giving you a prompt for that. It's part of your vendredi pretty much every week. And hopefully you've been completing them because this is a little by little kind of activity. So if you have not been completing them, then I want you to do one a day this week. Don't do them all at once. That is not how this is supposed to go. This is supposed to be something that you do little by little. So one per day to get to the 5 writing samples that are required would be what you need to do. Ideally, like I said, you have more than 5 because you've been doing them every single week. But if you've gotten behind, take a look at our previous vendredi slides that will give you some prompts and some ideas and also the instructions on how to do these if you've not been doing them week to week. So there aren't many rules for your quick write except that I need you to keep them in a designated spot in your cahier right after your mot de passe. I need you to include the date, and then I don't want you to use any kind of outside resources. So you are doing what you can with what you have learned so far. I can tell if you've used an online resource, and I will doc you points for that / talk to you about it. So just make sure that what you're using comes from your brain, or what you're writing rather comes from your brain. So to submit, you have to choose 5 of your previous quick writes. You have all week to do this. Your best, your worst, and 3 in between. Take a photo of each one and you're pasting them into the 5 slides that are designated for your best, your worst, and your 3 middle in the Schoology assignment. So let's take a look at that really fast and see what that entails. It is actually not even, in fact, I'll go back here. There, you can, as I just showed you, you can access it from the slides, but it's also just at the very top of your Schoology feed. It's not in this week's folder. I just put it right up here at the top so that as soon as you click on our Schoology course, this is what you see. So this is very easily accessible, hopefully. So once you get in here, you're going to open up the document. This is exactly what you saw on the slide earlier. And in the document, you see paste an image of your best quick write. So you're taking a picture of what you hand wrote in your cahier. These should be handwritten. They should not be typed. So you're going to paste best, developing, developing, developing. When I say developing, I mean middle. These are kind of like, they're not the worst, they're not the best. And then worst. So take a look at those, at all the things that you've written, all the quick writes that you've written this quarter, and just take pictures and paste them into there. Then answer the self-reflection questions. What are you most proud of? What do you find most challenging? What makes your best sample the best, and what makes your worst sample your worst? And then what do you think is a goal you could have for next quarter? Like, since this is last quarter, what do you want to be able to do by the time you're done with French 1? So maybe write a coherent paragraph, write a certain number of sentences or a certain number of words, incorporate a certain expression that we've learned, etc. And then finally, what would your self grade be? This is for the most part, if you complete all of the requirements and you have not used an outside resource of any kind, like a Google Translate type situation, you usually get all the points. But I also want to see kind of what do you think you deserve in terms of your grade. And remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. So you're showing that you've made progress since the beginning of this semester, since we got back from winter break. So that's your quick write portfolio. Like I said, you have all week to work on getting those pictures and uploading them, etc. This is not something I expect you to do right away today, but I wanted to give you the assignment and talk about it at the beginning of the week so you have plenty of time to prepare that. And that is it for aujourd'hui. I will see you again demain. At which I will also be on the Meet Demain, mardi, on Tuesday from noon to 12:30. So if you need me aujourd'hui, lundi, shoot me an email. I'll be happy to help you that way. Merci. Au revoir.